Welcome to Conspiracy Talk, everybody. Where we talk that conspiracy. Did I tell you conspiration? Okay, so let's go. Let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, that's okay. That. So where do I start? Okay, so I guess I'll just jump in. So right now in Montreal in downtown, they're taking away lanes and trying to make it like more bicycle friendly, which is kind of stupid. But I'm always thinking like, what's the purpose, right? But one thing I'm sure, when you're like city workers, not like workers at the city, like I mean, bottom people, like like in the upper echelon people that work else, and they probably have special designated parking spots for them because they work for the city. So I'm sure they don't give a shit when you take away these parking spots, and already they make money from it's kind of stupid. It's kind of counterproductive because the city actually makes a lot of money from not just the parking thing, but people getting their cars towed, and then it's like a whole nother ball game when you're towed. It's impounded 30 days. They get to tab you up those 30 days. All this shit adds up. But they're trying to make it like more bicycle friendly. This is like it's so stupid because it doesn't help anything. If anything, the businesses are losing money because they don't have enough clientele and all these bicycle people. Like that shit doesn't make sense. And it literally looks like a cat litter. That's what someone pointed out, so I'm gonna say it. It looks like a cat litters. Okay? Here, let me go in my notes over here. So I guess I was talking about this too. Oh yeah, how much time? Okay, so I wrote how much jail time for robbery in Montreal? It's 4 to 5 or 7 years. Life reference. Robbery offense. Criminal law notebook. I should like fucking check that shit out. So I'm saying that to say, uh, in Amsterdam, the laws are way different because everything is legal, uh, but it's not as bad as everywhere else. As far as the the el drog part. So right now they just legalized. I think it's in British Columbia or Alberta. I'm not sure, but they legalized la cocaína. Okay, because Big Bro wants to sell his product to you. They see how much money in the street, like those things cost, right? So, and a lot of times when they do these huge drug busts, I bet you that shit goes back on the street because a lot of these cops are corrupt, bro. Like you don't you think all these cops are fucking honest? Most of the time, guess what? A lot of these PDF files are cops. What a surprise. I think there was some show that was like undercover busting PDF files, and they had to stop the show because there were so many cops being busted. Cops are the biggest crooks, bro. And it's another gang, like I said before. So, speaking of PDF files, Amsterdam is like a safe haven for like PDF files because I was watching some documentary about some dude that was a monster, okay? Not only is he a PDF file, but they were doing snuff films. Snuff films, someone gets deleted at the end, okay? And I don't want to tell you too much, but the guy was a PDF file. So what do you think? What was you know what I mean? The person being snuffed should tell you something when the person that did it was a PDF file, okay? PDF files go after one thing. So anyway, this guy got busted couple of times, once or twice, I don't know what, okay, for making snuff films and being involved, not directly involved, but he was involved as far as like he orchestrated it, he was selling it, like because this is being sold on the black market as content, because people will pay for that. Where's it going? This. Oh, yeah, the music. That's what I wanted. So, uh, this PDF file that was in Amsterdam gets busted for doing some serious crazy shit, and all this guy gets is 2 years in prison. 2 years, bro. There was another guy that said he's like, yo, I did armed burglary or robbery. I don't know what. He got 8 years. So what does that tell you? The judges are complicit. They're in on it because they like that shit. Who the fuck gets 2 years for doing that kind of stuff? Shit is all backwards. When a woman touches a little one, or even there's a woman that's married to some dude now. He used to when he used to be way younger. They're married and kids and everything. But I'm saying like whenever a woman does it, it's fine. But if a man does it, it's way worse. But I'm just saying, like, stop with a double standard. Everyone should get the same amount of time. As far as when they do that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. Everyone says, "Oh, why do you hate women?" I'm like, "Yo, I don't hate women. I hate people getting away with stuff and women using men. That's what I hate. I hate being used, and I don't like women using men. So, you know what I mean? Oh, you hate women. That's what my sister says, or other people mostly. But don't get me wrong. When a guy goes to another country and gets a trophy wife, she knows what the deal is. Please him, da 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 da, and then yada yada yada. You can get a divorce, and you get half his shit. So that's what her motivation is. But you're the idiot setting that up. You knew that. So if your wife takes half your shit, you deserve it because you're an idiot. You were just like not thinking in the long run. If if you if you lure a woman in with a Lamborghini on the premise of you having money, then what do you expect her to want from you other than money? You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So you can't get mad when someone's trying to use you when that's the premise of you meeting them. Like, so baby, don't worry about it. I'll pay for everything. I'll pay for you. I'll pay for a ticket. Da, da, da. Then what do you expect from that person? That's what they're gonna want from you. Also, that reminds me, speaking of women, so there's this video going viral of this girl bragging about sleeping with 100 dudes in one day. She wants to beat her own record or whatever. This bitch wants to sleep with 100 dudes in one day. And I'm just like, yo, it's one thing you want to do it behind closed doors, no problem, right? But it's another thing when they're promoting it because it's going viral, right? So the powers that be that could run the show, they made sure that video go viral, just like the Haktua girl that went viral. Why is that happening? Because they wanna They want us to get into this the sick shit they're into bit by bit, right? First it starts the Haktua, then it's like a girl that wants to sleep with 100 dudes. It's legal in certain states in the U.S. You can marry a girl at 15. I bet you in like some foreign fucking country, like what foreign country? I come from there. You forgot where you came from, Ali. I bet you in Pakistan or India, they're selling their daughters to get married to some rich dude, and most of the time these guys are fucking 50, 60, whatever. It's happening. A lot of times in China, people are selling their babies, bro. Didn't you hear or didn't you know that they're not allowed to have daughters or something because they wanted to focus on the army or whatever? So you can't have daughters or you can't have more than 2 kids, some shit like that. So what do you think happened with all those extra kids? They even eat babies. They're like, hey, why throw in the garbage when you can eat it? The sick shit, the depravities has been going on for the longest time. They're just trying to normalize it for us, so we're sick just like them. That's their justification of the sick shit that they're doing. They're trying to normalize it. This is all the stuff that's going on in these Hollywood parties. It's fucking Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Men with boys, boys with men. You want me to see too much? That's what I'm just gonna throw in there. Women with women, men with men. Why do you think God burned that shit down? Both those cities. I guess that's where the word sodomy comes from. And I don't know what Gomorrah is. Sounds like a disease. Gomorrah. Yeah, so that's literally what these guys are doing in behind closed doors at these Diddy parties. It's Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Why do you think Justin Bieber's fucking traumatized? And Usher, Justin Bieber is like, uh, he wants to be good, and he realizes what happened and how he's been uh, used and abused, and he will never be the same. Because once something happens to you as a child, you're never the same. You're dealing with that shit your whole life, And some people have it way worse. You're always thinking, why did this happen, da, 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 but you don't know that someone always has it worse. And when you have it good, someone always has it better. It's just how it is. So you can see Justin Bieber has like trauma, but it was Usher that brought Justin Bieber to P. Diddy. And Usher was young once Justin Bieber, just like Justin Bieber. And P. Diddy, what he did the same thing to Usher, and Usher was down with the program. And he's like, you know what? I'll bring more people. It's like, it's like, it's like, shit, that's crazy to say. It's like how do I say this without getting in trouble? It's like you grape a woman, and instead of her calling the cops on you, she likes it, and then she will help you find other people to grape. That's literally what it is. That's the best analogy I can give you. That's literally what Usher did. It's like when Mike Tyson said, "I'll fuck till you love me, faggot." If someone does something to you enough times, you'll start liking it. Why do you think people have some weird fucking fetishes going on? Like to get peed on, like to get pooped on, all kinds of weird shit. Girls wanting to get fisted, all this weird. This is all stuff that they went through, and they started liking it. That's what it is. Oh, it's Peter. Oh, wait. What's up, Peter? I'm gonna talk about you now. No, please don't talk about me. Anyway, where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, people with weird fetishes. So like when you're on enough dating sites like I am, you start like making connections, right? Because you're seeing what it is, and you're getting a lot of data points. And at that fetish site called Fet Life, it's literally about fetishes, right? It's like best way I can describe it. It's like 50 Shades meets a dating site. And when you start looking at these girls' profiles, they're like looking for a dom, like a owner to be a slave. And she's like, I'm looking for the right man to use me. And some girls like pain, some girls like needles. It's all kinds of fucked up shit. So I'm just like, wow. And you look into this, it's like a lot of the girls like the grape, everything that comes with the grape fantasy other than the grape. Because she's like, choke me, slap me, do what you want, tie me up and do what you want with me, blah blah blah, and use all my holes. This is the kind of stuff these girls are saying. So it's like you don't want the grape, but you want the grape because every girl's fantasy is connected with that shit. As far as the freaky girls on this fucking website, like I don't like when a girl says she doesn't do fellatio, I'm like, where are you Amish? Like where are you from? But like I guess everyone should have standards, and I guess if she only wants to get married, and then she will do it. But then I'm thinking, how do you teach a woman to like something that you like when she's not into that, and you're married to this woman? If she's like, I don't like fellatio. Ew. You're like, what the fuck? How do you get it to like that? Excuse me. So like going back to or not going back to, but I guess it all goes down like Sodom and Gomorrah being continued with these fucking Saudis, these guys that are like they're so fucking rich, and they have so much money. They're literally shitting money, and they have so much money. You look into it. There's like $1 million or above $1 million, just cars just deserted all over the place. That's how much money these guys have. They're like, the car ran out of gas, leave it here. Who gives a shit? And not even gonna bother towing it back to the house. Just buy another one. So these guys have done so much depravities that the only pleasure they get is pooping on a bitch or a pooping on her chest. That's what it is. Come on, everybody, do the poop emoji. Everyone that knows what I'm talking about. Instead of a W, it's the poop emoji. Poop, poop. Oh, that's gold. So, what P Diddy is doing is the same shit that these Saudi billionaires are doing, which is, you name it, they fucked it. Animal, human, that too. Don't even want to say that. See, I gotta like navigate my words. Playing. Um. Yeah, so I believe all these people that work for the city, bro, like the higher up, not the guy that works at the fucking paving the road. He's like at the bottom of the barrel. I'm saying the upper echelon, the CEOs, the directors, whatever the fuck, those guys. I'm sure they have special parking places inside downtown, wherever they're taking away these lanes and just making it a lot of bicycle lanes. I'm sure that's why they're not concerned. Because if they had to experience that, then they would not want these bicycle lanes. And I'm just like, yo, how come all these people that have bicycles, they have so much power as far as like, hey, we want more bicycle friendly downtown or whatever the fuck. Like, it's stupid to me. Man, I need to send a text with my phone. Everybody, hold on 1 second. I need to send a text. Boom. It wasn't a long text. Oh my god! Like if it was a girl, it would be listening like a 3-page text. I can't believe you did that. Just send a vocal message or talk to the person. Stop sending fucking text. I hate like back and forth. On a conversation on the phone, you can get like you could learn like a year's worth of data instead of. So what are you doing right now? Okay, so back to my notes. Yeah, parking permits. Like so the reason why I'm saying all this shit is because before they got rid of Rob Ford, they made sure to assassinate his character, which you know he was a guy that's when you heard about what people said about Rob Ford, they all said good things. He was a kind of person when you made a complaint to the city, this guy came to your house to talk to you. That is a person you would want to respect because he's really a man for the people. And next thing you know, you hear, oh yeah, so and so smokes crack. And then you see a video of him smoking crack. I'm not saying he doesn't smoke crack. I don't know. But most of these fucking people that are up there, they're doing the same things you would fucking do on the weekend, bro. Drinking, smoking, taking drugs, taking cocaine, they all do the same shit. They're people just like me and you. So why is it fucking surprising when you find out so and so does cocaine? You expect him to not do that? Maybe that's his preference. Maybe he's been doing that since he was 10. Maybe it makes him feel good. Maybe it gives him energy. Who knows what the fuck it is? Unless, as long as he's doing his job, and everyone's happy with his job, it doesn't matter what the fuck he does behind his closed doors, as long as he's not harming no one, right? But like Gaddafi said, he said the U.S. doesn't have the most powerful bomb in the world, but they have the best weapon in the world, which is called media. With the power of the media, they can make sure to assassinate anyone's character if they need to. The same news will be circulated all over the world. So everyone's perception of reality, what happened in that moment, what they're saying, everyone will believe it because all the people believe what the news says. Even instead of researching it themselves, they're gonna believe what the news says. The news and powers that be, everything tells you that you're in space and your life means nothing, and there's infinite galaxies and Milky Ways and all that crap, just to make you feel like your life is meaningless and you have no purpose. And if everyone feels like their life is meaningless and has no purpose, they're gonna do what thou wilt, and that's what they want you to do. Do what thou wilt. Aleister Crowley, hey. Do what thou wilt means cheat on your wife, screw people, do whatever it takes to make $1 million. That's what do what thou wilt means, and that's what Jay-Z's t-shirts are. Can I get a hand water here? Everyone's like, oh, you're a flat earth, you're a flat earth. If you look into ancient times or whatever, everything proves that the earth was stationary and not curved. It's only recent times that they've said that it's curved and all this bullshit. But people believe them other than doing their own fucking research. People are too lazy. And then they think if you're going to do your real research, you think Google's going to give you all the truth, number one, which is not. And number two, you think the truth is going to be on the first page. This is the best part. On the first fucking page, people think the truth is going to be there. If anything, if Big Bro doesn't want you to look into it, they're going to make sure there's a lot of disinformation about it. And there's a lot of people debunking it. A lot of your famous people that you like debunking it. and the truth is going to be on page 7. He I can bet you this. I bet you a lot of the people that are flat earthers didn't take the hand on the hand. Huh? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about smack. I'm not talking about smack. The thing that go there in your arm, what they told you to do the 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The biggest killer in the world. They told everyone that's the biggest killer in the world. You better take what they tell you. And they were like, Ali, where would they lie? I'm like, all right, I tried. I tried. I did my job. As long as I tried to tell people not to do it and they did it anyway, I did my job. That I have to, God knows that. That's my job. If I cross a bridge, right, and I know there's a alligator on the right and turtle on the left, I'll tell everybody, hey, take a left. Don't take a right. Especially if I'm seeing people or I'm doing this, I'm gonna do my best to guide people because that's my purpose. That's my purpose, and it's like if you can save people from making the same mistake you did, why not? So don't say I didn't warn you, and then nobody even tells me, "Hey, thank you, Ali," or I should have listened. Um, Speaking of the city, so the city apparently has to hire like one minority minimum, right? And you see like one or two minorities whenever people are working. Most of them are all white. Why is that? How come most of the police officers in Montreal are all Quebecers, and most of the time you don't see any minorities? Most of the time, I bet you it's like out of 30 people, they're gonna hire two minorities just to check that box. Okay, we hire one brown guy, one black guy, and then the next 30 group or whatever, there's gonna be one Asian dude. That's what does that tell you? How come when I went to Toronto, most of the cops I saw were actually black or brown? You can't tell me there's not a good mix of all kinds of races in Montreal. That the what's a good word for that? The majority of people that are there are all white. You can't. You're telling me an Asian dude can't do the job as good? You're telling me a brown guy can't do the job as good? Only white people can do that job? Standing, and most when you see city workers, 7 people are standing there and one guy working, and they all have a union, by the way. Like when you go work at a factory, bro, and you see most of the time it's Arabs. I think the reason why they use Arabs because Arabs are like yalla 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 yalla. Okay okay, hurry hurry hurry, habibi habibi habibi. They just want most production as far as doing the most work getting done, but rushing everyone. And when you rush people, they're gonna make mistakes, bro. That's just how it works. You can't rush people. If the person becomes fast on their own, that's good. But I'm saying if you're rushing someone, no one wants to be in that fucking position. I was working at excuse me. I was working at Mega Blocks for like 3 days. I lasted 3 days. I was in the production line. So it's like you're in a grocery store. There's that conveyor belt or whatever, and I had like a whole bunch of buckets, and I had to put two of this, four of this, the other, and I have to do this really fast. And I hate this fucking job. And I was just like, anyone that is just coming here, right, and they don't speak English or French, they're like fresh off the boat immigrant, because I'm an immigrant too, but I blended in. What's the word? I assimilated. So yeah, if you're an immigrant fresh off the boat and you don't know how to communicate yet as far as learning the language, you're gonna get bottom of the barrel jobs, bro. Just like that. just like that. And imagine this guy comes here with 5 kids or whatever, and he has to do this shitty fucking job, dealing with that fucking Arab all the time. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Hurry, 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 hurry. Habibi, work faster, work faster. Nobody wants to be in that position, bro. This is almost like slave labor. Almost. And plus, the crazy thing about bank blocks is if you're doing the overnight shift, they lock that shit down. Like it's a prison. They lock that shit down, bro. You know why I know? Because I escaped. Like a fucking prisoner. I was on my third day. I took my lunch. I think I started, yeah, you start at 11 and you're there till like 7 in the morning. So I took my lunch. I don't know where it was, what, 3 or 4 in the morning. I have no idea. Yeah, it was 3 in the morning. It's true. So 3 in the morning, I take my lunch, bro, and the place is locked down, so you can't get out. But I saw where one of these trucks like reverse and like unload the load or whatever the fuck they have inside. I saw that shit. I just jumped out like a escape prisoner. I'm like running, trying to get out of this fucking place. And I get to the gate, and I don't know what happened, but it was locked. But I somehow managed. I squeezed through somehow. I didn't jump the gate. I don't remember what happened. I guess that was God. I don't remember. And I fucking got out of there. That shit was a horrible experience, bro. But people that just come here and they don't have a choice, they're gonna do those shitty jobs, bro. And I feel bad for those people. You know? Because a person like that, a person that has 5 kids or whatever, mother, father, whoever, they're not gonna have a choice to do a shitty job like that. It's sad. It is though. So I quit cigarettes, but again, I restarted. What's up, Kahit? Hey, Chio, ça va bien? Ah, Kahit, alors je peux pas dire qu'est-ce que je veux dire. Parce que c'est Kahit. Quand c'est Kahit, je peux pas dire des choses. What's up, Richard? My brother Richard. Richardo. Everybody follow, like, and share, subscribe. So yeah, so I when I started this podcast, I had no idea what the fuck I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna do, and here we are. Hi, mom. My mom doesn't know all the stuff I talk about. If she heard half the stuff I talk about, Ali, why you didn't talk about this? But I have to. If I can save people, I have to do this, mama. I have to save the people. That is what I pray for. But playing. Yeah, so that shit is. Everyone needs to look into Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what I would tell you guys. Look into Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened in those days? And why did God get rid of those 2 cities, Sodom and Gomorrah? And then make the connection as far as if you've heard about the court cases with Pete Diddy and on what these Hollywood parties are and all this stuff, it's all connected. And this is all connected with like Egyptian times. Because they're still doing the same shit what they were doing in those times. Probably that next to even earlier than that. But all this shit comes together, bro. It goes full circle. Everybody follow, like, and share. Hook up the likes. It's free. Don't be a Yahudi, aka Israeli. And free Palestine. Stop. Everybody should say stop the televised, justified genocide in Palestine. Because usually they would do that shit without it being televised. But now they're doing it in front of everyone's face, and they're making it justified. They're saying, "Oh yeah, they deserve it." Even the women and children, yeah, they attacked us. Are you sure? Yeah, yeah, they attacked us. Are you sure? No, no, we know who it is. You know already know who it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they sent the guys. If you want to attack someone and you don't have a reason, you can make a reason. You will send the people to do the stuff, and then you have a reason to do it. This is literally what they're doing, bro. That's literally what they're doing to Palestine. They're saying, "Oh yeah, they're sending people to attack us. Now we have a reason." They, you know, that's just what they're trying to do. When you're a hammer, you're trying to make nails, or you need nails, right? I don't have the best examples, but you get the fucking point. If I need a justified reason to attack someone, even though this person has done nothing to threaten me, I have to make up a scenario and send people to attack myself. Or it's like uh I I I say I got robbed, and you look into it and it's like I robbed myself. You know? I bet you they set up Hamas. You know why? Because bin Laden used to be a three-letter agency worker. CIA. Si, on va dire en français. Eh? And Saddam. So what they'll do is, if there's a guy that's in power and they don't like him, they'll make sure to assassinate his character first. And if he doesn't leave, then they'll really assassinate him. Right? They'll get rid of him, and then they'll put someone in power just so they can control him. So Saddam, they put him in power, and because he was working with them, and at some point he said, "Fuck you, I don't need you," and he started like taking over the country. And I don't know if it was good to his people or not, but once he died, people said he was good to them. They liked when he was there, and he was part of the same people. They run the show, bro. It's all fucking run. It's just like this guy named Jagmeet Singh with the fucking towel on his head. Okay, hello, come again. When I saw that, I was like, yo, it's like the old bait and switch, or the whole thing where it's like if they see a majority race, right, of people that are not voting. This goes back to Obama. If they see a majority of people that are not voting, aka black people voting, right, because people that are running are mostly white back in the day before Obama. So when I saw Jagmeet Singh, I'm like, oh, he must represent a big population of people that have turbans, right? But it's not that he represents the powers that be. They'll hire a person that looks like them. It's the same shit that goes on. It's just a brown guy now instead. And people are thinking, oh, he cares about us. No one gives a shit about you. They just want you to pay your taxes and shut the fuck up, not complain, and just take it. Take it in the ass. That's what they want. They want you to be very. Is this submissive? No. Complacent? And that's what they're putting in the water. What the fuck they're putting in the water is to make sure everyone's like, all right, oh, I'm not really gonna look into it. Hey, what is that? Oh no, no, all right. For you to be a person, not ask questions. What is going on? What is this? What is that? Just want you to shut up and take it and pay your taxes. Meanwhile, these fucking pieces of shit, they're not paying taxes. Trump, Oprah, whoever, Bill Gates, they don't pay fucking taxes. They have, and they know ways to avoid paying taxes, aka by charities. If you donate to someone's charity and that person gives you a kickback, everything is good, and your taxes is a write-off because you donated to so and so charity. Yeah? You heard that from Crazy Ali right here. crazy. Ellie told you that. So yeah, we have to pay taxes, but Donald Trump doesn't pay taxes. All these other rich fucking people, these billionaires or millionaires, they don't pay taxes. When you're an athlete or an artist or whatever, companies are giving you products just so you promote it. As far as if you wear that pair of headphones or you use that product, whatever, you're gonna get millions of clients. Like if Lil Wayne has 30 million followers on Instagram or YouTube or whatever the hell, if you don't think tomorrow he says I believe in Jesus or he wears a certain product, or he tells you a certain product, you don't think half of his fans will go buy that product? It's literally like idol worship. Just like when that thing happened 2 years ago, pandemic, right? Certain celebrities were like, yeah, you should take it, blah blah blah. What does that tell you, bro? They're working for the powers that be. They're being told to say that shit. Now I don't know if they have to say it or not. That's a whole different ballgame. But when you work for those dudes, when they ask you to do something, there's no questions asked. You have to do that shit if you like it or not, and they'll ask you some weird fucked up shit. Like, let's say you're Leo DiCaprio and you're meeting with the president of Singapore or some shit, and they'll tell you, hey, put this in his drink. And you're like, what is it? They're like, don't ask questions. Tomorrow you're meeting with so and so. Put this in his drink. And you're like, I don't feel comfortable. They're like, well, you know what's gonna happen, which is, your life is in danger. You're dealing with the mafia when you work with those people. Depending on what's the relationship, I guess. Oh, alors? Yo, tu veux du spaghetti? De quoi tu parles? Ta voiture est là. Ta voiture est là. Ah, ok. Alors, tu travailles encore, c'est ça que tu dis. Mais je fais un live, viens dans 30-45 minutes. Ah, quand on va chill, tu veux dire? Jeudi, on va au bar ou bien vendredi? Ouais. Non, non, je suis bien. Pardon? Non, non, j'ai juste d'orange, c'est bon. Ok, ok, appelle-moi quand tu viens. Bye. Fuck, where was I? Like, when everyone started doing that whole Tide Pod challenge, I was like, the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Tide Pod challenge. And that's right. People putting in their mouth and shit or popping in their mouth. Like, who did it is the same fucking people. It's so stupid how they can make something go viral and people will do it the next day. Because speaking of the tripod challenge, after the tripod challenge, there was a fucking crate challenge. And you see people walking on crates. Oh, I'm gonna see how high I can get, and like hurting themselves. And these milk crates, they were worth $1 before this shit started. Next, as soon as people started buying it, they went $30 each. So that's 30%. No, that's 29% profit. No, 29x% profit, not 29% profit. He was making $29 on top of each. Just like when there's a catastrophe or whatever, and people need water, instead of that same water bottle being 50 cents or $1, people will have the gall to try to charge you $5 to $10 a bottle. Like when you go to a rave, I think a water bottle is like $5. Which the dumbest thing I found is when people go to clubs and pop bottles. That same bottle, that same bottle in the store is $40, let's just say. In the club, it's what is it, 200 to 250, and then there's the $500 bottle which is like really really big. That one I understand. But I'm saying it's like you're legally screwing people over because the same thing will cost $40. But in the club at 3 a.m., they have the right to charge you 250 for this thing. So they're literally making $210 on top of the regular price of this same bottle. That I found so stupid. But if you have money and you're trying to impress a girl, you're an idiot. I think if you have a nice car and if you have money and you have a nice car, already the girl should be impressed. Why are you gonna try to go to a club and try to floss out and throw all this money? But you know what? I guess it has to be a lot of it has to be dirty money because that's one way to get rid of dirty money. One definitely good reason is I was saying I'm not going to a strip club, but if I did go to a strip club, one good way to get rid of dirty money is going to the strip club. And some strip clubs have food, just like Source of Sex. I told my coworker, he was married, right, at the time. Oh, he is still married. He moved though. And I was like, "Yo, there's a strip club that serves food." He's like, "Yeah, let's go there." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I don't want to go there. I don't want to look at women that only want me because if I have money in my pocket. I don't want to be in that situation." So I don't like strip clubs. So he kept on saying, he's like, "Oh, let's go there." He's like, "I want to try the food." Like if my married friend cheated on his wife and I was there, I would feel guilty because I would feel complicit or like I was involved, right? It's like when I cheated once on one of my girlfriends, and it's not really cheating because I broke up with this bitch 3 times, and she kept on coming back. And she kept on coming back is because I didn't fold. She was kind of like, she was trying to be an alpha and trying to make me feel like she's doing me a favor by being with me. She was a model, by the way. Okay, real talk. Uh, so she had like crazy confidence and shit. So she always made me feel like she was doing me a favor, and that's why I kept on leaving this bitch. Cause I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be a fucking simp or a cuck, just to be like, oh baby, let me do anything, to make you happy, baby. Fuck that. And save my money. Yeah. So speaking to all the single men, why is it there's a lot of single men right now? Because men see how women are full of shit and they're just gonna use them flat out. So everyone, just save your money, bro, and look for a wife. I would say that's what I should be doing too. Instead, because I've had enough fun in my life, I guess, and I should look for a wife to have kids with. But at the same time, if we're in the end of the days, that's what I feel like. I don't want to have a burden of kids. But then again, if I can sacrifice myself to have my kids live on, definitely. As long as my genes go on and my and I can teach them whatever I need to teach them before I leave. Because that's the purpose of life. Everybody is having kids, and you get to teach them your from your mistakes. Because if you just live life and you just fuck all the women or whatever the hell, and you just leave, you're not leaving anything behind. You have no, what's the word? There's the word. I'm trying to look for like fancy words to throw out. But you're not leaving anything behind, right? That's what I feel like you should do. And at the same time, that movie 300 teaches you because it's like when you look into like brainwashing and making a soldier and all that shit, you have to start young. So if you want to make your son or your daughter to be a crazy fighter or a crazy boxer or whatever, you have to start at 7 years old. Oh, who's that? Omar? Hey.
Friday.
Yeah, you keep on saying that. I'm just gonna keep on doing my podcast like I'm doing right now.
I'm not fair.
Yeah, reach over here. In my secret corner, my office.
Oh shit, sorry. No, I'm telling you Friday. I told my wife about it. She's gonna drop me and pick me up. We're gonna drink all the
Okay. All right. Mint. Now, I was like when you walked in, I was saying that if you want your kid to be like a fighter or like an assassin or whatever, you have to start young, like 5 to 7. That's when you start.
You mean like metaphorically or actually?
No, actually, like that movie 300.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That movie 300. It's literally if you want your son or daughter to be a warrior, that's what it is.
Send them to China. Send them in China.
Send to China. Oh, to be a monk.
No, bro, that's what they do to all Chinese kids.
What do they do with Chinese kids?
Well, they're just like, bro, by the time they're like 5 years old, they learn like 10,000 characters. Like Chinese.
Oh, you know what? They're way more. They're better than American schooling or Canadian schooling for sure.
Bro, like way advanced compared to us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or I was saying to like the monks to be a monk.
Yeah, that too. But that's, I don't think China more of the best thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you. So Friday, all right? That's what you said. Huh? Whatever you want. If you want, we'll do barbecue too. All right. Okay, can I get a rig off you? Can I get like a rig or two off you?
So I stopped buying random lotto tickets and started doing this instead. You probably heard
I started smoking here and there again. Oh, thank you, man. You're the best. Thank you. Have a good night.
What if I told you there's a simple method you can use that could actually help you play better, and it has nothing to do with luck? Sounds too good to be true, right? That's what I thought too. Until I heard about this U.S. mathematician who said practicing could help you unlock. I'd never played the lotto before discovering this.
So like whenever a child at a young age experiences something, it will dictate how will they be in the future. So when you see people act fucking weird and shit or whatever the fuck, act a certain way, it's because who knows what the fuck everyone's dealing with all kinds of shit, bro. We don't know what kind of demons everyone has. So we just try to do our best and embrace everyone in a good way, with good intentions, and not try to look as far as like how can I use this person? Because some people are like that, right? I just don't like two-faced people, and I find that a lot of people that do the easy, they're very two-faced. They smile in your face and stab you in the back. Hey. Oh. Another door knock on the door. Hello, sir. No, I'm not sure. I'm streaming. I see it. Sorry. I did it. You have to warm it up for unless you come in 30 minutes. Call me when you're. Okay, perfect. I'll call you. Thank you. You take care of people, they take care of you. Hey, take care of it, Tony. Hey. Yeah, so I just remembered. So people that like are in the upper echelon of working for the city, the CEOs, whatever. Uh, Rob Ford made a video, and you saw. I only saw this video after he passed away. So rest in peace, Rob Ford. And what Rob Ford said in that video, he showed all these cards that he had. And let's say you have to go to the zoo, or you have to do you have to park or whatever. He showed you all these cards where he doesn't have to pay for parking here. He gets free visit to the zoo anytime. He gets a free hotel stay over here. He gets da 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 da. So all these people that are up there that work for the city, they don't have to pay for the parking. They don't have to pay for this. They have to pay for that. They don't have to pay for this. All this shit is covered for them because they're up there. So they don't give a shit about how much the parking should cost or not enough parking spots and all. They don't have to worry about that. They already have a certified place where they can park, or they have like a thing in their car or some permit thing on their car where they can park anywhere they want, and they don't have to pay a city ticket. So Instagram decided that my stream should end now, even though I didn't decide it should end now. Instagram is like, yo, it ends now. The phone is like overheating. Sorry, I gotta put the links here. Almost done. Always have a problem here. So fuck it. How much battery does it have? Like when DMX passed away, if you look into it, you find out he took the thing a week before he passed. And then after, all you hear is like, oh yeah, he was a drug addict, he was a drug addict, he was a drug addict. They're all fucking drug addicts, bro. All these city workers, all these people, all these millionaires, billionaires, whatever, they're all fucking drug addicts. What do you think? You think they're good in two shoes? with all this fucking money in the world, they have the most sadistic fucking weird fucking fantasies and fetishes that you could not even think about because you don't have that kind of money in your pocket or in your bank. These people are doing the most fucking weird, sadistic, fucking weird sexual rituals that you could not even think about. That I can't even mention because I might get a violation. If you look into Moloch, Moloch, people were sacrificing their young ones to this god, as far as like putting it was like a giant statue or something, and there's like a fire pit in its belly, and people were putting their babies, their newborns, in this fire pit to be sacrificed. This is back in the day, before even Egyptian times, I think. So all this shit comes together, bro. When you look into adrenochrome, that's a whole different thing. It's like the experiment the scientists did with a rat that is 1 year old compared to a rat that is 10 years old or whatever. I don't know how long rats live, but let's just say, and they started a blood transfusion, as far as they were circulating the blood from the young rat to the old rat, and the old rat becoming started having more energy, becoming more like, rejuvenated and all that shit, and that shit is deep, bro. Because all these people that look, all these celebrities that look super beautiful and super young, even though they're really, really, really old, just like Tom Hanks. No, not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. It's, you know what I mean? That shit all connects. Adrenochrome was the first reference I saw of it, was in that movie called something in Las Vegas, with Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. Something in Las Vegas. It was a movie based on the character of this guy named. Fuck, I can't remember. Anyway, I know my shit, everybody. And it's getting late. The phones are about to die. 30% here. Oh, here is one. 70%. That's crazy. Woo! Maybe it's a good reason I don't remember it. But everybody, subscribe, follow, like, and share. Subscribe to my YouTube. God is real, karma is a bitch. Earth is flat, stationary, and the center of the universe. Because they tell you that, there's infinite galaxies and all this shit. It makes you feel like your life is meaningless, your life has no purpose. And that's why everyone is at an all-time level of sinning, as far as cheating, deceit, screwing people over, killing, all that shit, bro. And it's all a business. It's all a business. When you start looking at everything as a business, you understand that even killing is a business. As far as uh, if you're playing music that gangs love, and gangs are doing active killings on the regular, Bloods, Cribs, all that shit, uh, gang activity, as far as uh, territory, turf. So if you're making music that promotes gang activity, aka NWA, you know what I mean? Uh, and when you look into that, that was made by the feds, the three-letter agencies. They promoted that because it's like everything, bro. It's all connected. It makes sure the prisons are full, and the prisons are private prisons a lot of the times, and that's a business in itself. And it's like a hotel. The hotel makes money as long as there's people inside the fucking hotel's rooms. So same thing with the prison, and the prison makes money off of the taxpayers, because the taxpayers are paying for all these prisoners, and each prisoner is about $30,000 a year, as far as how much it costs to have them there, This is what they're charging Big Bro, right? And we're paying for that. You know, the prisoners could be eating the shittiest food in the world, but this is what each prisoner's cost is what's costing the taxpayer. Each prisoner's cost is 30 grand a year. Some people are making 30 grand a year. Some people don't even make 30 grand a year. Some people make 25 grand a year. Some people make 20 grand a year. Some people make 15 grand a year. So a prisoner is costing more than a regular dude is making. Come on, mine. Well, I know my shit. It's crazy. For someone that didn't go to high school, well, they're like, oh, he's not educated. He didn't go to college, so he doesn't know nothing, right? That's what people's justification is. Since I didn't finish high school, I'm not as smart as you. Let's keep it that way. And when the next plan that comes in, this time I'm not even trying. I'm not even gonna tell people, hey, everybody, watch out. What I need to told you. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna say good night. Thank you very much. Peace, 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 peace in the Middle East, and free Palestine. Free Palestine, my brothers and sisters. Okay, YouTube. It is time. Peace, peace, peace. In the Middle